Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a massive, multi-layered ecosystem that is essentially designed to completely replace the chaotic modern software stack. We're looking at the iShareHow AI unified system. Now, if you've ever felt like your digital operations are just sort of held together by hope and a lot of string, you're definitely going to want to pay close attention to the architecture we're breaking down today.
So let's just get right into it. Are you duct taping your business together? It's a completely familiar pain for so many operators and focus learners out there. You've got these disjointed software tools, leads scattered across a dozen different inboxes, and your follow-ups basically rely entirely on your own memory. It's what the developers of this system call the Frankenstack. And let's be honest, it is exhausting.
It's really the ultimate contrast. The old stack leaves you completely drowning in dozens of open tabs, these isolated, disconnected bots, and memory-based follow-ups. But the developers here are proposing a unified system, just one orchestrator managing your AI workflows. It's a single operating layer that actually owns the work, rather than just acting as a passive tool sitting in the background. All right, here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover fixing the fragmented business, enter the unified system, your virtual AI C-suite, the 3 pillars of protection, and finally, tokens and reseller growth. Let's dive in. Starting right off with Section 1, fixing the fragmented business, and really the true cost of disjointed software. To really understand why this system was built in the first place, we have to validate the incredible operational strain felt by solopreneurs and agency owners today. Just think about this number for a second. Over $350,000. According to the source material, that is the estimated annual cost of hiring a traditional CTO and a full sales team just to get your systems running. And that's often before your business workflows are even proven to be profitable. That is a massive, massive barrier to entry. This brings us to what they call the fragmentation tax. You know the drill. Leads come in, but your follow-ups rely entirely on your memory. You've got disconnected forms, emails, and CRMs. Maybe you even have some fancy AI chatbots, but they're literally just collecting dust because there's no single operating layer tying the whole shebang together. This specific friction right here is exactly what iShareHow Labs is attempting to solve. Moving on to Section 2. Enter the unified system. This is the orchestrator meant to finally replace that Frankenstack. So here's the core definition we need to grasp. The iShare Agents Orchestrator is a Kanban-style operating system. What it does is wire managed AI workers directly to real business CRM data. This is absolutely crucial to understand. We're talking about a comprehensive operational hub here, not just another generative text bot living in some isolated chat window. It actually acts on your real business records. Okay, so how do you actually implement this thing? The onboarding path is surprisingly simple, purposely designed to eliminate that dreaded software setup fatigue. Step 1 is a free systems audit to map out exactly where your current tools are disconnecting. Step 2, you connect the unified system to your existing stack using their connectors. And Step 3, the managed workers go live on workflows that you've approved. It's meant to map out your bottlenecks in days, not months. Which brings us to Section 3, your virtual AI C-suite, or the Kanban-style workforce. This is where it gets really interesting. The platform brilliantly categorizes AI tasks into familiar executive titles just to make things more manageable. So you have a CMO agent for lead research and nurture, a CCO for delivery and proposals, a CFO handling your Stripe ledgers and commissions, and a support agent dealing with tickets and reception. It takes these highly complex automated workflows and makes them so much easier to conceptualize. Now, if you're a specialized operator, like an insurance or financial producer, you know your tech has to handle incredibly dense data. Well, this system allows carrier and product schemas to be mapped right inside marketing platforms like Go High Level. It even monitors NIPR compliance for insurance licenses, uses MCP connectors to talk to advanced AI models like Gemini and Grok, and maintains automated pipeline hygiene. And it does all of this impartially, without you having to manually update dozens of tabs. Let's move into Section 4. 3 pillars of protection, where we unveil the deep structural architecture. Get ready for the real iceberg reveal. Here, say Alex Watts has this really bold thesis that your digital business software, your legal defense, and your wealth planning absolutely must function as a single coordinated machine. Pillar 1 is strategic wealth, which deals with legacy planning and assets like annuities. Pillar 2 is professional protection, offering legal shielding and ID theft defense. And Pillar 3 is the actual digital infrastructure running the business operations. So what powers that third digital pillar? It's something called the Nova Voice Core.
It is a zero UI conversational companion, meaning literally no screens to click through. It executes background actions securely via OAuth across all your standard apps like Gmail, Slack, and your calendar. You basically just speak your commands, and Nova coordinates the agents to get the job done without you needing to open a single dashboard. Kind of a game changer, right?
Finally, let's hit Section 5, Tokens and Reseller Growth. Let's objectively unpack the business model mechanics.
50,000. That is the exact monthly AI token allowance granted to top-tier partners. The entire system operates on token metering for AI execution, and this is highly intentional. It completely replaces those surprise, massive enterprise lock-in contracts with a totally transparent pay-for-what-you-run model. When you look at the economic tiers side by side, the strategy is super clear. The baseline Go High Level and hosting plan sits at $66 a month with 33,000 tokens. But actually, for just slightly above that, the $79 a month reseller plan offers 50,000 tokens, full white label rights, and recurring commissions. They are heavily incentivizing partners to just go ahead and resell the system.
And that right there fuels the whole growth strategy. It's basically a viral loop. Resellers get to completely bypass massive technical barriers and instantly sell a proven system. They get built-in recurring SaaS revenue plus done-with-you onboarding. The real beauty of this for the partner is that they get to focus entirely on relationships while the AI unified system handles the actual fulfillment and all the heavy lifting.
So, pulling back for a second, this all ladders up to their foundational philosophy. Together, we are the unified system. It just beautifully wraps up our deep dive today. From the actual code, to the legal shielding, to the wealth planning, it's entirely designed so that absolutely nothing operates in isolation.
Which leaves us with one massive question to think about based on what we've covered today. Looking at your own daily operations, those dozen tabs you probably have open right now, and all those follow-ups sitting purely in your memory, are you ready to trade your Frankenstock for an automated, unified AI C-suite? Think about how a unified ecosystem like this could completely change the way you work. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I will see you next time.